You are watching Khaos Crypto News, the crypto news that you need to know.
Didn't have the mic on. Welcome to Khaos Crypto News, the news that you need to know. Today, we're discussing Trump's arrest, XRP, some crypto gaming, the moving markets, Bitcoin, and more. This is going to be an exciting episode, so let's dive right in. So today, first thing on the menu, we're talking about XRP hitting desired 30% price increase. What's next for it? Now, I know y'all been watching the markets. We've all been talking about it in the Reaper groups, but it's party on XRP streets. XRP, the native cryptocurrency of Ripple, recently experienced an impressive 30% price spike, which market participants have been eagerly anticipating for months. As speculation about possible settlement or positive outcome for Ripple intensifies, market sentiment surrounding XRP has improved significantly. What an exciting thing to wake up to see XRP up 22% and then it jumps another 8% roughly. That's a good day for sure. I think this is the beginning of something that we've been waiting for, finally. Ripple's XRPL account nearing 5 million despite legal issues with SEC. Ripple's XRP has risen by more than 15% in the past 30 days, and yesterday was 30% by itself, coinciding with when crypto whales purchased 420 million tokens. So some interesting news there. Obviously, a lot of this stuff is coming together to fuel this, and I mean, we're getting close to the 27th, 28th when these predictions have come out for XRP's end of the lawsuit, so it's pretty exciting. XRP holders are to receive an airdrop from the Singaporean exchange, and more than just this exchange as well. Let me tell you about it. Singapore-based crypto exchange BitTrue has announced an upcoming airdrop for XRP users. In a recent tweet, it was announced that the XCore airdrop is now live. Users are required to lock in their Solo and XRP assets before 3:50 a.m. UTC on March 24th to receive the XCore airdrop. XCore is an option token that can be exchanged for Core tokens, the native token of the Corium blockchain. So the main net for the Corium blockchain is scheduled to go live on March 24th at around 4 a.m. UTC. To promote engagement in the new Corium ecosystem, the Corium team has prepared community airdrops. In this, 50 million XCore tokens, options tokens with a strike option price of $10, will be airdropped to Solo and XRP holders together with 100 million Core tokens to Corium holders. Essentially, what's going to happen is if the price goes above $10, I think within a month, then you can cash them out. If not, they become valueless. So interesting. But I think when they become valueless, you can still exchange them for the Core tokens. Definitely look into that. The good thing about this is Zum is participating. So if you have your XRP on your Zum wallet and you have a trust line set for XCore, you're going to get the airdrop regardless. So make sure you have that all set up. Now into some big news here. This is a picture of Trump getting arrested. Did you miss something? Nope, don't worry. AI is just getting out of hand. Here's several pictures of Trump getting arrested, and these aren't real. Thankfully, AI is making this crazy stuff to entertain us and keep us on our toes. If you haven't been experimenting with the AI, it's definitely something you don't want to miss, but I mean, this is pretty realistic. This is just crazy. If you look really close, his face isn't just quite right there. It's a little off, but man, that's convincing. Anyways, on to the next bit here. More XRP news. XRP lawsuit. Ripple invokes key ruling in Voyager bankruptcy case to strengthen its defense. As the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit drags on, lawyers representing the crypto firm and its co-defendants have sought to adduce new evidence which they hope could greatly aid their defense arguments. Ripple's legal team sent a letter to Annalisa Torres asking her to consider a notice of supplementary authority relevant to their opposition to the SEC's motion for summary judgment. Shout out Reaper, Liam, and Tierra. I see you all there. The said ruling provides further support for defendants' fair notice defense. So this is more fuel to the fire that things are going the way we want them to go. And I mean, with this rise in price, this is exciting times. The rise of XRP, 5 reasons why its bull run is far from over. We're not going to dig into all the reasons, but just a few things I want to cover here. The price of the 6th largest cryptocurrency in the market, XRP, has been on an uptrend since Monday, likely driven by Bitcoin's price action and the overall bullish market trend. As a result, XRP's market capitalization has also increased from 20 billion to 25 billion, signaling a new high for this year. What is driving this bullish trend? Well, despite facing external pressure from US regulatory authorities over the potential classification of XRP as a security, the XRPL aims to provide a digital payment infrastructure not just for individuals, but also for existing financial entities such as central banks. As seen in the chart above, the adoption of the XRPL has increased significantly since February, which is believed to be contributing to the rise in the price. The surge in demand for XRP resulting from XRPL's increased adoption could play a crucial role in driving its price above that 50-cent level. 50 cents, $5, $50, 589. Let's go! Moreover, as awareness grows about XRPL's potential to revolutionize the global financial system, investors may become more interested in investing in XRP, which could further fuel its price growth. I mean, that's kind of obvious, and at this point, it's expected and it only makes sense. XRP is the most bullish token this year, if you ask me. Institutional investors dump Bitcoin and ETH products while increasing bets on XRP, Sol, and more. Man, the news for XRP we have this week is just crazy. And what's the date today? The 22nd? We're looking at a few days away here. Institutional investors have dumped cryptocurrency investment products, offering them exposure to top assets like Bitcoin and Ethereum over the past week, but have notably kept raising bets on products offering exposure to altcoins like XRP, Solana for some damn reason, Litecoin, and Polygon. This was the 6th week of outflows for digital asset investment products, totaling 95 million and leading to a 5-week total of over 400 million. Institutional investors dumped Bitcoin-related products to the point outflows were 113 million just this past week. Similarly, Ethereum products saw 13 million of outflows last week. Other altcoins, however, bucked the trend and saw a total of 1.3 million in inflows. XRP products stood out with 400,000 in inflows, while products offering exposure to Sol, Matic, and Litecoin saw 200,000 in inflows each. According to the firm, the outflows of major digital assets were likely related to a need for liquidity. So maybe not time to panic, but I mean, the banks are collapsing, and you guys know the whole story. So Telegram users can now transfer USDT through chats. This is interesting. I didn't even know that Telegram had implemented crypto within it. USDT had been added to Telegram's wallet bot, expanding the messaging app's facility for buying and selling crypto. Telegram users can now send each other USDT through chats in the messaging app. The addition of USDT could therefore prove an important development for Telegram's crypto service. And that is certainly a good point because I never really used Telegram before I got involved with y'all. So Bitcoin moves above 28,000, Ether gains, XRP surges, and US equities rally. Interesting, the markets are coupled right now. Bitcoin traded above 28,000 on Wednesday morning in Asia amid a rebound in most top 10 non-stablecoin cryptos. XRP led the winners with a surge of over 20%, actually it was 30%, on expectations it may win a favorable ruling with the SEC. Bitcoin gained about 0.5% in the past 24 hours to 28,065, rising 13.2% for the week. The world's largest crypto has surged about 70% year to date. Bitcoin has been in profit for over 90% of its existence, just FYI. Bitcoin's price surge amid the bank failures in the US this month point to more institutional acceptance of cryptos as a store of value. You don't say. The Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index, as a measure of crypto market sentiment, rose to a 16-month high of 68 points on Tuesday, signaling that investors are becoming more optimistic than fearful. The mania is coming, and we got about roughly a year to the Bitcoin halving, so the total crypto market cap rose by 1% in the past 24 hours to over 1.18 trillion. That's awesome. Roughly a week ago, we were under the trillion mark, so it's good to see things are changing. Excuse me. ARK Invest sells 13.5 million Coinbase shares after steady buying streak, probably taking profit, but is it a sign of something going on? The crypto exchange's shares saw a 5-day gain of 22%. During the crypto winter, ARK made a series of buys of Coinbase's stock. Throughout 2022, Coin underperformed both Bitcoin and Ether as its shares dropped 86% over the year. Year to date, Coin is up nearly 150% and closed the Tuesday trading day in the US at almost $84. The stock is still down 54% over the last calendar year. Now, Crypto.com customer whose partner mistakenly received $10.5 million has been granted bail. If you didn't hear this story like a couple years ago when it happened, you're sleeping on it. This is some crazy stuff. The judge believes Singh cannot flee the country as his passport will be confiscated until the trial's over. Jatinder Singh, a Melbourne woman who mistakenly received $10.5 million instead of a $100 refund from digital asset exchange Crypto.com, has been granted bail by the Victorian County Court. Constable Honor Healy argued that roughly $7 million had been recovered and Singh could flee with the outstanding balance. My point on this whole thing is Crypto.com made the screw up to send these people that money. They should at least let them keep half of it, like a bug bounty or something like that. For them to try and sue them after all this and make their life hell after they made the mistake is absolutely ridiculous. Recall that an employee of the Singaporean exchange accidentally sent the money to Manavel's bank account while processing a $100 refund for Sing's crypto transaction. That's a pretty big screw up. The employee should be fired and the employee should be the one having to pay it back, not the people who received the money. Although the incident occurred in May 2021, Crypto.com discovered it 7 months later during an audit in December. The exchange then contacted Manavel in February of 2022 to request a refund. However, she had already moved $10.1 million to a joint account. The woman had also bought a luxurious $1.35 million 5-bedroom house for her sister and spent a significant amount on arts, gifts, vehicles, and furniture. I mean, who wouldn't? Life's hard, money's hard to come by, and honestly, like if you got that much money, wouldn't you go ahead and spend it? Eventually, Manavel transferred $4 million to an offshore account under her name and $1 million, oh come on you guys, and $1 million to an account under Sing's name. So yeah, I think that whole thing is just a bit ridiculous if you ask me. Now, here's some really interesting news regarding the war, regarding crypto, regarding everything happening. This Ukrainian startup is looking to automate crypto crime reporting using smart contracts and AI. The project allows users to report cryptocurrency wallets related to scams, sanctions, violations, terrorism, financing, and other crimes. Happy Labs has launched a platform for reporting scam and crime-related addresses in partnership with Ukraine's cyber police. Currently in beta, it allows users to report crypto wallets related to scams, sanctions, violations, terrorism, financing, and other crimes. The project is supported by Ukraine's cyber police, which work on freezing such wallets. And it works like this. A user will sign up via a Telegram bot. Isn't Telegram awesome? And they fill out a form and submit a blockchain address and a screenshot of proof that the address is being used for criminal purposes. Then, 2 happy staffers manually check whether reports contain truthful and relevant data and then either approve or reject them. After a report is approved, the reporters assigned a reward in Happy's own token, which are now trading around $13 each. So you get $1 for new addresses in the database, 10 cents for an address that's been previously reported, and $5 related to an address related to sanctioned persons or entities. Many people in Ukraine lost their jobs because of the war, and some made several $100s during the past season. In these times, it's good money. Now people just want to try and do it on a regular basis. He added that since Scamfari launched in beta a week ago, over 15,000 addresses have been submitted, including the wallets raising funds for Russian mercenaries. The Ukrainian cyber police in its announcement underscored it will be looking particularly for wallets linked to financing Russian troops invading Ukraine. Now, Belgium is cracking down on crypto ads, and they aren't the only ones. New rules are requiring stark warnings on risk. Belgium's financial regulator had outlined new crypto advertising laws that require virtual currency firms to include a stark warning about potential risks in their ads. There's no legal framework yet governing these products, and they have no underlying assets in the real world. The agency said in a website post, they are often subject to wild price fluctuations and are vulnerable to fraud and IT-related risks. All in all, the new regulation has 3 aspects. In the first place, it will require crypto ads to be accurate and use clear language with no statements on future returns of value. Second, there must be a mandatory warning on all advertising warning virtual currencies, real risks. The only guarantee in crypto is risk. Furthermore, a broader warning should sum up the various risks in greater detail. Finally, campaigns with a target audience of 25,000 or more to promote a product related to crypto would have to be submitted to the FSMA at least 10 days in advance, allowing the regulator to intervene if needed. Oh, but there's no risk in traditional banking. Case in point with everything going on. It's not crypto that's the risk. It appears to be centralization that's the risk. Often, all these things that are causing problems, scams, everything else are related to a central entity. You don't hear anything happening to DeFi platforms other than hacks. And that's due to the company themselves obviously not auditing the code well enough. Let's move on here. Belgium is the latest European country to introduce new crypto ads regulations. Other countries like the United Kingdom and Canada have also imposed restrictions on crypto ads. And just a little note that's related here, but not really. Survey finds that men account for 80% of crypto investors. So obviously, most of these ads are targeted at men, and most of this regulation is going to be targeted at men. In this same lane here, French lawmakers agreed to effectively ban crypto influencer promotions altogether. Social media stars couldn't tout unlicensed crypto products under a plan voted on by the National Assembly's Economic Committee. French social media influencers won't be allowed to hawk unlicensed crypto products under a plan voted on by lawmakers on a key legislative committee Wednesday. The National Assembly's Economics Committee voted in favor of a law designed to stop unsafe products or outright scams from being promoted by well-known personalities on sites such as Instagram and YouTube. The committee agreed to an amendment to forbid online influencers from directly or indirectly promoting crypto asset services from unlicensed providers, since in practice, no crypto companies are licensed by the French Financial Markets Authority. The measure amounts to be an effective ban on influencer promotions, with violators facing 2 years in jail and, not or, a fine of 30,000 euros. That's ridiculous. As an adult, you should be responsible for your own money and what you do. So honestly, like, them trying to be a nanny state all over the place like this isn't really helping anybody learn anything. It's just enacting more control and making people stupider in the end. Now, we have a friend, Marvin from Foodware. I've been trying to work out an interview with him. We've been having some connection issues. We've done a couple pieces. We're going to keep going at it as soon as he has some more free time. Also, we've been having to do the interviews really late, but it's really interesting what he's got going on. And in that scope, Nigeria is actually a really interesting country related to crypto. Let me tell you why. Nigerians massively adopt CBDCs as physical cash becomes scarce. While the Nigerian legislative body is optimistic about the country's adoption of the e-Naira, there's still significant work to be done to enhance the digital infrastructure for financial practices in the country. Nigeria is witnessing an increased adoption of its central bank digital currency as the country's fiat money scarcity intensifies. Sounds like Nigeria is going through real hell right now. Even though developing nations like Nigeria were the reason why CBDC was touted to be an important virtual currency, its concept as a whole is still yet to mature. Unfortunately, the lack of proper money has compelled Nigerians to buy e-Naira as a safer substitute for money. The total number of CBDC wallets owned by Nigerians has also spiked by more than 12 times to 13 million. Now, this is also fueling what's happening here. So the top 10 countries by crypto adoption, Nigeria is leading in every metric that you can measure right now. Canada's not even on this list, and neither is the USA right now. I've seen other lists where they are. All these lists are fairly similar, and maybe there's other more current ones or whatever. But the point is, Nigeria is absolutely smashing crypto adoption right now. And that's something we really ought to pay attention to. As a developing country, they're embracing this whole new ecosystem. And as a more developed country, North America, US, Canada, we're kind of trying to stop it all. And that's really bad, because it seems to me like even though Nigeria is corrupt, we're corrupt as well. And this is based on greed more than anything in our case. Few more gaming bits of news for you today. Sony's latest NFT patent push suggests that Web3 path for PlayStation is in the works. The PlayStation 5 maker is stacking NFT-related patent applications, pointing to a more open future for the gaming giant. No video games console maker has publicly embraced NFTs to date, but tech giant Sony, the firm behind the massively popular PlayStation, continues making moves behind the scenes, as revealed by its latest NFT-related patent. The application, submitted in September 2021 and published last week, outlines Sony's intention to create standardized digital infrastructure that would allow gamers to own and transfer digital NFT assets across various video game platforms. The standardized format may be readable to insert the digital asset in different computer simulations that may include different games of different titles. The application reads additionally or alternatively readable via different video game platforms, such as, for example, PlayStation and Xbox. Sony proposed that these assets could include items such as in-game skins, artwork, avatars, weapons, or even video game skills. Additionally, the application proposed that they could be connected over a network from PlayStation to consoles from other makers, as well as via VR and AR headsets, smart TVs, and mobile devices. They're making huge leaps and bounds here. As of the end of 2022, Sony claimed to have 112 million PlayStation Network users. The network includes online connected players on the PlayStation 5, as well as older console and handheld hardware. Now, EVE Online's creator, CCP, raises $40 million to create Web3 EVE game. CCP Games is bullish on blockchain technology, joining major game makers like Ubisoft and Square Enix. EVE Online, a massively multiplayer online role-playing game in outer space, boasts one of the most hardcore, engaged audiences in gaming. And today, developer CCP Games has announced that it has raised money to expand EVE universe with a new Web3 game. It only makes sense at this point. The whole game is economy-based, and I mean, it would just make sense to implement a way to earn. It's so much like so many of the play-to-earn games, except it's game first, because that's all it was, and it's a free game. It has raised $40 million in financing in new rounds led by Andreessen Horowitz to develop what is called a new AAA title, utilizing blockchain technology set within the EVE universe. The $40 million round also included participation from Bitcraft, Nexon, Kingsway Capital, Hashed, among other investors. In a press release, the company explained that the new EVE game will feature on-chain systems with an emphasis on persistence, composability, and truly open third-party development to create a new relationship between virtual worlds and players. And finally, I got one little special piece of news for all of you who have stayed to the end. If you haven't heard of Render yet, maybe you've heard it pumping, maybe you've seen it kind of in the token charts, maybe you know a little bit about it, maybe you know nothing, but I'm going to give you just a little bit of information about it here because I think it's really cool. Render is essentially using GPUs to distribute rendering capabilities to a network of computers across the globe. So the way this works is you can set it up where you can rent out your GPU, say, while you're not using your computer. Say you're going away for the weekend, or you're working most of the day and you're not going to be rendering anything. Well, you can go ahead and use your GPU power to render to a network essentially, and you get paid in Render token. And Render token has made some pretty good gains over the last couple of weeks. So this is something I highly suggest you check out. It's something I'm definitely going to be digging into. You can request a job if you need to render. So like as the case of a content creator where I'm spending a lot of time rendering these animations, you can use the distributed network of graphics cards to render it faster for you. And you get to choose your final product. So once the creator okays it, that's when the person distributing their GPU as a render gets paid. It's not just as soon as the render is done, because there could be some issues. There could be things like artifacts, or maybe it's just not done the way it needs to be done and it can be redone. And then once it's okayed, that's when the money goes through. I think it's a really cool system and a good way for people that many of us already have graphics cards built into our PCs to get a chance to earn. And it's kind of like mining, but it's not quite the same. So you actually do the work and you get paid for it. It's very similar to a proof of work system, just a different path. But anyway, with that, check out Render, folks. Thank you all for watching. Y'all are awesome. I hope this has been an informative episode of this news. A little later today, we're interviewing Patrick for another episode in the Khaos verse. So stay tuned for everything we got coming out. And take care, everyone. We'll catch you in the next